Hello everyone, it is I, Ryan, also known as thelovebat, here with you once again to continue on with my Let's Play of Diablo. And last time, a little bit shorter by my standards, not that that's a bad thing, it was still well over an hour long episode last time, and we were again doing more tying up loose ends, kind of figuring out how to get through in the caverns that we're still trying to get through right now. And we also learned of a couple of other sort of side quests that are not in the original game. All three of these side quests that we learned about last time, they're not in the original version of this game. It's only through the Belzebub mod that I'm playing, so this is additional content that probably not many people are aware of unless they've watched the Let's Play or played with the mod. So, I mean, Andariel, people would be familiar with them from Diablo 2, which is, I mean, I don't know, I guess that's like a minor spoiler, but, you know, they're a lesser evil from the hells and whatever, so the reason that they're in here is because maybe the developers intended for her to be in the first game instead of the second game where she ended up appearing. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens here, though, with this side quest. And, so we have a couple of things going on there, and we just got some side quests from all that. Farnham, believe it or not, actually gave us the Island of the Sunless Sea quest. And then Andariel, I believe, was from Gillian about men disappearing and things like that, and seeing some lights in the forest and things like that. Then Fleshdoom.
I have had a most disturbing experience that I must share with you,
my
friend.
Fleshdoom is a demon type thing with a very powerful sword that Tremaine, the priest, told us about. So for the first time, we finally got some interaction with Tremaine, who seemed like an NPC that was added through the Belzebub mod, and it seemed like he was just there as like a placeholder that maybe the developers hadn't finished yet, and he didn't really have any dialogue about anything. But it turns out, I guess, that for this particular side quest that he tells you about, that's probably the main reason why he's here, is just for that sole side quest that he's interacting with you with to activate the quest. So we have some interesting things going on here, and we were able to find another waypoint last time, so we're going to get to level 12 of the dungeon here in the caverns, and hopefully we're going to be able to clear out that level and get down even further into the dungeon.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
And I do believe that we talked to all of the NPCs about these different quests last time, so I don't think we need to talk any more about that, or talk to them any more about the different quest lines. We also came across a decent amount of like unique or rare type items and such, which for the most part just weren't any better than the equipment that we already had. So we ended up making a pretty good chunk of money last time, so we can buy quite a few things. Ooh, golem. These are lightning, golem, and chain lightning. I'll take all of that. Thank you very much. And chain lightning. What kind of damage are we putting out with these now? Yeah, lightning looking pretty feisty there with its damage output. Chain lightning not looking quite so feisty with the damage, but it also has a lot of different directions that it can target, so it's more of a, if you're surrounded, it can maybe get you out of a jam if you can target enough creatures at it with the same time. Generally though, lightning, because it shoots through enemies, has usually enough crowd control, where if enemies are on the similar side of the screen, or if you can just rapid fire it, then usually not an issue targeting enemies with that. And chain lightning costs a lot more mana and deals less single target damage there. Now Golem, I want to see how much leveling up Golem does for my Golem here. Okay. I'll try and remember that best I can in the heat of the moment here. See what it improves. So I think armor class went up by 10, hit points went up a little bit, physical damage went up by a couple of damage points there. So all in all, not bad for an improvement. It's nice that you can level up the spell and get very clear benefits listed here for what it'll do with the spell and how it improves as it levels up the spell. So, because I don't think in the original game that the spells had the same amount of description there for, you know, different statistics for the spell, so that we could see exactly how much hit points your golem had or how much damage it would deal and things like that. Or like the duration that a spell might last, like Guardian. I don't know if in the original game that Guardian had a listed duration. At least as far as my memory serves, I don't believe that some spells had quite as thorough descriptions for what they did and how potent that they were. So I'm just exploring around the map here because some of the side quests and such are going to have us going different places outside of the dungeon to be able to, I guess, deal with them. So I'm just kind of looking around here to see where exactly some of these quests are supposed to activate, or where you're supposed to start doing them. Would generally need to be somewhere out here. I guess there's a named cow down there. I don't know if we can get down there though. A named cow called Erica. And Cozina. See, I'm not sure if some of these things show up on the map or not, but I'll keep checking around here on the outskirts of town and see how many things we might be able to find here for...
I cannot get there from here.
Yeah, yada yada. Okay.
I cannot get there from here.
I know. No need to tell me about it. So that goes down to the caverns, but we already have a waypoint, so we don't need that. That goes down to an underground passage. I believe that is for the Andariel side quest.
I cannot get there from here.
See, I'm not sure how to get to the other side quests. Fleshdoom, I guess I might encounter them in the dungeon. The island of the Sunless Sea. I'm not sure where I'll encounter that one. I guess I'm supposed to be able to... I guess the dialogue that I had from last time indicates I'm supposed to make a portal of some kind to be able to activate that one. Or to be able to travel to the area, I guess, that's a part of. Okay. Alright, so it's time for a little bit of a mana shield here. And I guess to be safe, we'll get our golem out here as well. I guess heal other... It could be used on my golem, since my golem could be a more integral part of combat here. Might be worth it to fit it in a little bit. I don't know, let's try it. Let's go ahead and put it in F6. We have one ice spell already with Frost Shard. Maybe we don't need Ice Blast. as a quick spell here. So maybe Heal Other can have some utility here. At first I thought it was primarily a multiplayer sort of exclusive spell that as far as usefulness goes. But maybe if your golem is strong enough, maybe it's worth it to cast Heal Other on it to allow it to just keep taking hits. Let's see how much. 43 mana. That's expensive. That is really expensive to cast. Alright, well, I mean, I'll give it a try. I'm not really expecting a whole lot from that, especially given that lightning here costs only 13 mana, so maybe just pelting them with lightning is probably better. Dusk. I'm not sure if I've encountered them before. I don't know, maybe they've been out in the caverns, I just don't remember their name. The goat demons usually aren't quite as prominent at the more difficult parts of the dungeon, so it might be just that. And it looks like there's some kind of floating thing over there. Floating bit of magical energy. I guess in an area like this, light radius is a little bit more useful to kind of see your way around here. Usually in the dungeon it's not quite as necessary because there's torches and other things lighting the areas. Alright, we took care of him, and let's see how much Heal Other helps out our golem here. Alright, well that's not bad. So I can see the merit now of Heal Other. Definitely didn't seem very good early on. Maybe now that I have Golem, it's going to be significantly more useful for us. Alright. Wait for them to get a bit closer, then I can cast Golem right next to them. Alright, so we got just some standard demon type enemies for now, I guess. These enemies like to shoot and jive around and kind of avoid my lightning blasts here. Let's heal up our golem here since it's less expensive than casting the spell all over again. So I'm not sure what these things of magical energy are. Maybe they're just like light sources. Maybe they're light sources. Maybe they're traps that are meant to just kill me. I don't know. I don't target them at all. Looks like my golem's going up there to fight some baddies. Yeah, lightning probably still more efficient on my mana than trying to heal my golem, but my golem is still pretty useful to take the heat off of me here.
Not enough mana.
Yeah, they're like the juke and jive. Here we go. Yeah, Yeah, I'm still not sure what these magic things are. I mean, if I run into them, do I take damage or what? Maybe it opens a door somewhere if I touch them all. We'll see what happens, I guess. I'll go ahead and walk over as many of these things as I can and see if it has like any effect on like the map. Maybe there's like some hidden door or passage that opens, or maybe it unlocks the boss for this area doing that. Maybe a few guardians might be more helpful here because they're going to maybe be a bit more accurate with these juking and jiving demons. Alright, we got more goats, more rhinos, and more acid spitters. And we got more of these red things, these red magic dots. Again, I don't know if it's used to activate anything important, but I might as well, just in case. Yeah, I just wanted to rather be safe than sorry. Digging through and just pelting them with all kinds of lightning there, so they couldn't kill my golem in time. Okay. I don't know, I guess maybe the hunter's bow might be worth selling here and seeing what it does. What does this quarterstaff do? Just damage, so not worth bringing back. I guess there's a chest hidden away there, but nothing important. See, I remember there's a red dot over here that I didn't activate yet, so I'm going to go back over here, take care of this. Reduced magic resistance, but I'm not too worried about that, I guess. Maybe it activates some kind of curse on me each time I touch one of these. I don't think I noticed anything over here before, but I just don't want to have to run around the map again to walk over those things in case they're important for some reason in the map. More demons, and I got him right as he was going to charge me, so that's how you stop an unstoppable force, is you just kill them before they can get to you. Oh, look out, what's that? Okay, that looks like Andariel. And I am getting the heck out of there. Yeah, that does not look at all fun. That looks like a really rough time. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about this, because that was a lot of bad stuff going on there. Not even sure if it's really necessary to summon my golem again, because they'll probably die very quickly, but we'll see what happens here. Maybe I'll be able to spam guardians and target them down. It said Maiden of something, but I'm assuming that it's Andariel that we just encountered there, so I need to be very careful because that was a lot of magic spam going at us. There they are again. Oosh. That is really hurting. Let's see if these guardians can do some damage here.
You'll lure no more men
There we
to their
go.
deaths.
Alright, so maybe a little bit of an anticlimactic fight. Anticlimactic fight, but it got the job done because I didn't want to die. I apologize if I didn't get to see her like death animation. That was probably something pretty cool, but
I cannot carry anymore.
I guess I'll just read that. Then we'll pick up the Gothic plate. Pretty good armor, so I mean if it's better than what I have, then I'll certainly equip this. Well, damn, that requires 80 strength, though. We would have to boost our strength up with items to be able to wear it, but if nothing else, I'm going to put it in my stash. But yeah, we killed Andariel, and they look like they have the sort of succubus type sprite in this game. Definitely, like, they do look similar in their appearance in the second game, so it's going to be interesting to see, you know, what they look like compared to this one. I didn't really get a good look at them because they were too busy spamming their magic at us, but I certainly, and it would be a much more interesting fight if you were a warrior, I imagine, because you would have to really be able to tank her magic while trying to get in close and hit her. But for me, the winning strategy was just to not play her game, just play my own game. And the Guardians kind of allow me to go ahead and pelt her with damage from a pretty far distance if I can just cast it then walk away. So I would much rather be alive and take her out with safe tactics, I guess. It's kind of interesting, though, that the sprite for Andariel still seems to be, like, glowing and such, so if I was able to get a better look at her before killing her, then it would have probably looked pretty interesting. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool map, all things considered, though. Uh-oh. Okay. I thought that maybe I was going to die by way of a unique creature that wasn't even the boss for this area. If I had my golem, that would have been much easier to deal with, but, you know. You know what, just to be safe, I'm just going to get my golem going here in case I encounter any more enemies. Skull cap, probably not.
Here.
Skull cap just probably isn't worth taking along at this point.
I cannot get there from here.
I think it's because my golem was in the way of the bridge. I guess technically I can fit the skull cap in here, but it's probably not very powerful, so just selling shop fodder. Yeah, I think I've cleared up the entire map now, so there's a body over here, a little bit of gold, I guess, and a semi-cemetery over here. Yeah, I guess, I mean, it's definitely a much smaller map than some of the other side quests that I did. But yeah, I mean, it's still not bad. Like the butcher's lair, I think, was maybe about the same size as this one, maybe slightly smaller because it was inside the dungeon. But the one with that that wizard that had sealed the two demons, that side quest was definitely a much larger area than this one, with all the teleporters and all the different places to explore with that one. Oh, so I gotta go ahead and talk to Gillian here for the Andariel side quest.
Demons that assume the form of beautiful women, you say? That's horrible. Thank the light that you solved this mystery before any more of our men were lured to their deaths. Thank you for keeping us safe from the powers of darkness once again.
Oh, my pleasure, Gillian. But yeah, I guess it's kind of as I said in the previous episode, they kind of, you know, use their beauty and good looks or their seduction powers to lure men in, and then they can kill them, or they can kind of steal their souls or things like that. That's kind of traditionally what the sort of succubus archetype does. There's many different interpretations of that, I guess. So it varies from, you know, lore to lore, depending on, you know, what kind of fantasy setting that you have. But yeah, generally that's the sort of depiction, is that they lure in men, maybe sometimes women, depending. But there are also like male versions of succubus called incubus, so that could be used to lure in women and things like that. So, but yeah, we were able to go ahead and deal with Andariel there and make sure that more men aren't stolen away from the town and save more potential victims from their evil. And you know, some people might be familiar with the quotes from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, "Back, foul temptress!" Something like that. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and I guess we'll restock. Oh, we got to talk to Kane first as well to identify items.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
I'm just going to speed run these while doing this. And so we got a unique item from that encounter, because it's a side quest, so that usually results in one kind of unique item that you get from it. Well, as I suspected, the skull cap wasn't even worth picking up.
What can I do for you?
Well, that's not bad, but I think that since we're not going to be able to use it for such a long time, it's not worth waiting on. Much better to just sell it, I guess, because things like stat boosts or magic boosts of some kind are probably better. So yeah, great set of armor, but not the armor for us. This is interesting. +9 to, yeah, +9 to magic, not enough. I guess if you were a warrior and you wanted to cast a spell like Golem, or maybe if you wanted to cast a certain kind of spell, you know, maybe it might be useful. Maybe there's some kind of skill that uses mana for a warrior in this version of the game that maybe could make this useful, but yeah, that's another weapon that we're going to have to go ahead and sell because it's just not as good as the one that we have for spellcasting, so fire resistance, not really something that we're looking for. If we wanted to switch to a bow for whatever reason, that's also not anything special. Also not anything special. The rings that we have are just too good. It has to be something pretty special to replace them. Alright, so the Maiden's Brooch. That's Definitely has a lot more sell value. Regenerates mana, fire resistance, and +5 to all attributes. Yeah, I think this is going to replace what we have because it gives us... I mean, it's better because it gives 5 to all attributes and not just magic. The only thing that the Maiden's Brooch doesn't have is -1 damage from enemies, but we have such a high health pool now with our mana shield that maybe -1 damage from enemies maybe just not quite as important now. We can afford to get away without it by having just a +5 to all attributes, and maybe that can allow us to wear some better armor later on with the higher strength. And regenerating more mana is always going to be helpful here. Especially since we replaced our belts, so we don't have the mana regenerating belts anymore, so might be helpful to have that. The hit stealing mana, probably not going to be very relevant because we're just smacking people with spells. I don't think that stealing mana would apply for making spell type attacks. I think it would only apply with making an attack with your weapon. The Optic Amulet has served me very well, but I think at this point this is going to be our amulet now. Maybe I might keep this around for the lightning resistance, but yeah. Let's go ahead and put it in our stash. Not sure if we're ever going to use the staff. I mean, 4 mana regeneration is nice. But this increasing our magic and the spell level, probably just too good. Too good to consider it. This is a set item, so I just want to have that around just in case I find more pieces of the set. Maybe it'll be useful at some point. And that's a pretty cool, unique item, so I might just keep Griswold's Edge for that. Using this might actually be better than this armor by now. Vitality not as important as magic, and this gives us better resistances because we already have really high resist fire on us right now. Slightly changes our sprite's appearance as well to make it look more like a breastplate, so instead of like a coat of armor there.
Whoa, what can I do
All
for
right,
you?
Griswold. Well, I guess we can't sell the staff to you, but we'll see what you have on you. 9 to all attributes is pretty tempting. What are... yeah, we don't have as much resist cold. And 9 to all attributes would certainly be fine to have around.
Whoa, what can I do for you?
Resist magic and resist all. And what would my resistances look like if I took this off? So resist fire would go down a little bit.
Whoa, what can I do for you?
9 to all attributes would be pretty great. But maybe the resistances or the resist all maybe just being a bit more important right now. Maybe we can find something better than this. Okay, let's see what we have here. Nothing I'm going to buy, I think. Alright, let's go stock up on potions now and go ahead and sell the staff that we have and see if maybe Adria has a couple more spellbooks for us to take off her hands.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
And it's nice to have some mana regeneration again. I guess Holy Bolt's worth it in case we encounter undead enemies that we can't hurt otherwise. Guess we might as well get some Chain Lightning. Guardian is quite nice. And I think we can skip out on those other spells that we probably just aren't going to use often, if at all. Guardian. Yeah, Guardian's looking pretty decent now. Decent duration and decent damage, all things considered, with how many shots that it can get in at a safe distance for me. I'm unsure of how to activate the other two quests that I have right now, but we'll see if maybe it's activated in the dungeon here at some point. Because I don't have any prompts for other areas to travel to reach them.
Can't a fellow drink in peace? You're gonna hunt. Hey, you there. Come here, listen up. You know about the island where angels watch? Pick the right rocks. But you better shield your eyes. Shield everything. I know, 'cause I've been there and... Ale.
So I guess maybe I could explore the dungeon.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen. An island where angels watched? Although Farnham's memory is often cloudy these days, that does seem familiar. Perhaps the ancient chronicles of the Sin War can help us. Ah, yes, here is something. In a time long forgotten, a sea of blue rested on the edge of the fiery netherworld. This was an oasis for those who acted as the watchmen over the gates of hell. Angels and warriors of light could use this place to heal themselves and gather their strength. It was also a staging area where they could train and prepare for the Sin War. Legends speak of a trinity of rocks that hide the path to this island of the Sunless Sea.
Alright, so a trinity of rocks. That would imply like 3 rocks, maybe in a triangle of some kind, that are hiding the path. I don't know if there's a trinity of rocks anywhere around here.
I sense a soul in this legendary place is real and great.
Trinity of rocks. I'm not exactly sure where I can find something like that. I'm just kind of perusing in town here just to see if there's anything that looks like a trinity of rocks that maybe I missed at some point. There might also be a trinity of rocks somewhere in the dungeon, which is where I activate the quest. Yeah, I guess it doesn't look like something that's going to be activated in the town map area here, so... Guess it's time to go back to the dungeon then. And taking care of Mana Shield before I go back down there. And away we go. Back to the caverns. Alright, well, looks like we have some succubuses and some of these gargoyle dudes. Yeah, they're definitely fast and they'll spew fire at you, but as long as we can deal with them before they can get too close, then we should be alright here. Our magic resistances are pretty reasonably good here, so I think we should do okay against these enemies. Now, I really am glad that lightning will shoot right on through enemies, so it can kill a bunch of them at one time. Can really save our neck. At this point, I don't know how effective Golem's going to be because there's lots of ranged enemies here, so... And since they end up having some good DPS type magic, it looks like, then it might just be a waste of my mana to keep summoning a Golem that keeps getting killed. Morningstar might be worth selling here at least. Yeah, so for now I'm just looking at clearing this area out a little bit. And then I'll go back and look at that lore tome. See what it says.
So it came to be that the three prime evils were banished in spirit form to the mortal realm, and after sowing chaos across the east for decades, they were hunted down by the cursed order of the mortal Horadrim. The Horadrim used artifacts called soul stones to contain the essence of Mephisto, the Lord of Hatred, and his brother Baal, the Lord of Destruction. The youngest brother, Diablo, the Lord of Terror, escaped to the west. Eventually, the Horadrim captured Diablo within a soul stone as well, and buried him under an ancient forgotten cathedral. There, the Lord of Terror sleeps, and awaits the time of his rebirth. Know ye that he will seek a body of youth and power to possess, one that is innocent and easily controlled. He will then arise to free his brothers and once more fan the flames of the Sin War.
So along with one of the lore tomes that we found in the last episode, it seemed to indicate that Prince Albrecht, his fate was probably not a good one after being kidnapped. And so this lore book seems to also indicate that that they would be looking to possess someone youthful and easily controlled. So the hints here in the lore books seem to indicate that someone who was younger and more easily manipulated could prove of some use to people that are aligning themselves with these prime evils, I guess you could say. So yeah, it doesn't bode very well for the prince, and so yeah, we're not really expecting to find him alive if we find him at all. So and also one other little tidbit, the voice actor that voiced this Lord Tome or whatever for the text, it's the very same voice actor that actually voiced Colonel Campbell in the Metal Gear Solid games. So that's a cool little tidbit of trivia there. It's the exact same voice actor, and he actually voiced in this game before he even did the voice in Metal Gear Solid, the original one, back in 1998, I believe. Diablo was released in 1996, and then Metal Gear Solid was 1998. So he actually did this game before he did Metal Gear Solid. So maybe that's how he got noticed for that Metal Gear Solid game, for voicing Colonel Campbell. But all in all, really great voice actor, very, very talented, and hopefully we get to hear him in many more games, even though I know he's up there in years at this point. But pretty awesome being able to have someone like him around that voices some pretty awesome stuff. Dudes and more demons. More dudes and demons to kill. Looks like we have a couple more over here. Yeah, the only thing I need to be careful about here is just making sure that I don't run headfirst into a unique creature that ends up depleting my mana pool too quickly. Because every time I cast offensive magic, it'll basically deplete my health pool with the mana shield, so I have to kind of be careful. And it looks like this might be the trio of stones in relation to the Island of the Sunless Sea quest. I mean, it looks like a trio. Then again, maybe not. It looks like there might be another circle right down there. So maybe that is not what I'm looking for that quest. Maybe that's Fleshdoom, the Fleshdoom side quest. Oh, there's a 2-for-1 special I got with that one. Alright, so since I can't really see them to really target fire, I might have to wait for them to come to me. Truth be told, there's actually not that many of them. They just fire kind of fast. One thing I don't think I've really understood is why they make that sort of moaning and groaning noise as they die. You know, I don't know. Doesn't really seem like a death noise animation, but maybe that's just me. you know, it is a demon after all, and they all die in their own different ways. So. Because, like, these demons seem to, like, howl and scream as they die, and then other ones make sort of high-pitched noises like those goblin-looking demons, or whatever, in the early levels of the game. Oh. Well, I want to stay away from him. Unique creatures, unless you're a warrior, you basically want to stay away from them at all costs. I don't think I want to go in there just yet. I want to clear out the surrounding area as much as I can here. Oh, and someone exploded over there. Don't know exactly who, but maybe it was some kind of semi-unique creature, champion thing, or whatever. Let's go pick that up, read that book, and we'll pick the axe back up. Yep, it must have been a champion succubus that I killed earlier and exploded.
Where would I put this?
Well, we can move these over, make some room. Okay, clear out this area a bit more and take out some of these other demons and succubuses, or succubi. Not sure how the plural works for that. Alright, so it looks like we're progressively clearing out this area more and more. Hopefully we don't have too many more enemies to worry about over here. But yeah, I just like clearing out the surrounding area of things that look significant, because mainly just because I want to make sure that if I need to run away and kite a strong enemy, then at least I have some room to run and room to roam. But yeah, we're going to go back to town here and sell off some of the stuff, and we'll be back to find out what's inside there.
Hello,
Kane.
my friend. Stay a while and listen.
Grand Helm, nothing special. That's an interesting weapon. Decent damage, but not a weapon for us. Not very good, and not very good, but it is what it is. You're not gonna find a whole bunch of super duper stuff every
Whoa,
time.
what can I do for you?
Well, we don't really need to end up restoring our magic or buying any potions here, since we're already pretty well stocked up still from that. Found a decent amount of potions just lying on the ground. Do this just in case we need it. I don't know if there's like a particular order that you have to do this in.
I have had a most disturbing experience that I must share with you, my friend. Earlier today, I was called upon to help one of the men that escaped from the labyrinth. He was deranged, violent, and kept lashing out at all of those who tried to calm him. I suspected that he was possessed by some sort of demonic entity, and so began to drive the evil from within him. After many hours, I was able to exorcise a demon who called himself Fleshdoom, but the Hellion fled into the labyrinth. You may think that I am mad, but after speaking with the man and battling with Fleshdoom, I believe that the labyrinth has somehow become a gateway to the underworld. As you descend deeper, you may find yourself upon the doorstep of hell itself. Finally, the man who was possessed retained memories of an ancient demon blade named Shadowfang. If you find the demon Fleshdoom, beware this foul sword. While I fear the dangers below grow even greater, you must find Fleshdoom and slay him. Bring the sword to me and I can destroy it, but do not wield it, for its power can corrupt absolutely.
Okay, so I'm not exactly sure. Not exactly sure how I'm going to deal with this room here, what the combination is here. I mean, it definitely has to have some relation to the quest that we're doing, or one of them. I guess that doesn't really do anything, but I don't know. I guess I'll have to figure out what that does a bit later, because I can't seem to figure out if there's a certain combination or if there's a clue to what the combination is. I don't know if there's someone back in town that would give me an idea of what the clue is.
I cannot get there from here.
Let's see, that's the binding of the three with the prime evils. And I gained a level, which is nice. Oh, looks like we have a recipe here for the crafting stuff in the game. Oh, that's the wrong way around. Alright, let's level up real quick. Let's see, strength we'll need a bit of for gear, and then a little bit of magic for the mana and reading those spell tomes. See, I don't know if I've come across a trio of rocks yet for that. For one side quest, and then the other one I'm trying to find Fleshdoom. I guess I have to go back into town at the anvil to see what that is. Not sure if it's going to be useful for me. Maybe it'd be useful if you could craft it for a warrior type, multiplayer. Alright, well there's level 13. I want to explore down here as much as I can because I believe there's going to be some side quest type stuff maybe on this level of the dungeon. As usual, traps to the face. Nothing else to do there. Alright, well, that's a large amount of succubus blasts.
enough mana.
Doing a little juking and jiving of our own here to kind of make sure we don't have too much to contend with here as far as taking damage. Yeah, I'm just barely missing them here. Throw a couple of lightning spells blindly in there, hoping they'll hit something. There's gotta be a couple of them down there somewhere. So we have a bunch of succubuses to go ahead and kill off here. Seem to be in quite a huge abundance over in this area. And Surprise Vortex Lord. Surprise Vortex Lord. Okay.
Where would I put this?
And I need one more level up to be able to get the magic for that. But that's okay. Maybe at some point we'll find also a magic attribute boosting item that would allow us to equip that, or to increase the level of Firebolt. I don't think I want to go down to level 13. I still think that I want to try and figure out what side quest things I would deal with on this level. You cannot diminish the power of steel. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know. I guess the durability on my breastplate was pretty low. When I took it out of my stash, I didn't repair it with Griswold, so I'm assuming what that cauldron did was repairing all of my equipment to full durability. So, a convenience, but not really necessary. So, but hey, it's there. And let's see what the Mystic Cauldron does. And that one gives us a free town portal, and you know what? Why not? We have stuff to sell here, so let's clear out our inventory. Take advantage of this cauldron that was kind enough to go ahead and let us town portal back.
Hello, my friend.
Free.
Stay a while and listen.
So this helps us get extra loot. A little bit of resist all, but less hit points. And fairly low armor class for this point in the game as far as gear that we get. This gives us more resistances, more magic. Yep, I think we're just going to sell the Rainbow Cloak. Interesting little item, but yeah, past the early game, I don't know if anyone would really care to use it. We'll stash away the Firebolt spell tome in case we level up one more time.
Whoa, what can I do for you?
Yeah, it's not too bad, but again, this is something that would be more useful early on in the game. By now, something like this is just way better. All the resistances that you get from it are just... Resistances at this point in the game are just a little too good to pass up. So, unless it didn't negatively affect the resistances that I have by de-equipping it, then we'll tend to prioritize it. Yeah, this level of the dungeon does seem a little bit smaller than maybe I'm used to. I mean, it's still decent sized, but other levels of the dungeon I think have sprawled a bit more area-wise. Still not sure what would solve this. Maybe I need to go back and talk to the townsfolk about something just to see, make sure I'm not missing something here. Maybe there's some kind of subtle clue here as to maybe how to deal with that.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen. The priest Tremaine is a holy man from an ancient order. Their dealings with the evil forces at work are well respected and well documented. I too have heard legends that speak of the cursed demon blade called Shadow Fang. It is said to consume the tortured souls of its victims. These souls are trapped within its ebon blade and augment its unholy power. I have also read of a great hell forge where even the mightiest weapon could be created or destroyed. Tread carefully when dealing with Shadow Fang and its master, lest you be drawn into the sword as well.
Well, what can I do for you? Ah, you speak of an ancient and evil weapon. Tread lightly in this area, for the legends of Shadowfang are as black as a moonless winter night. Crafted within the Hellforge, Shadowfang can rend the very soul from whoever it strikes. Ah, I do not envy you if it is in your mind to defeat the one who wields it. May light protect you, brave hero. Farnham speaks of a place that exists, at least in legend. Warriors would go to a place at the edge of hell to gird themselves for battle against the armies of darkness. If the stories are true, untold treasures could lie upon this island of the Sunless Sea.
Hello, my friend. Stay. An island?
What ails you, my friend? For once, I can vouch for Farnham's extraordinary claim. There are many mentions in the books that I've been reading about a place of great healing, where warriors of light would go to mend the wounds sustained in the Sin War. If you could find this place, it would most assuredly be to the benefit of us all. I was asked to assist in the exorcism. My skills were able to ease the poor man's suffering as Tremaine drove the demon from his body. While I was treating him for an exceptionally high fever, he spoke of a place of searing heat. The tortured fellow cried out about hell and falling into a pit of flame. I could not make any sense of it, and thankfully he soon recovered.
Over here.
Anyway, just talking to people right now to see if I can get any clues as to maybe what those four little buttons in that little room do, and maybe what order I need to press them in, if any, like any clockwise, counterclockwise, or some kind of pattern there.
This is one time that you should listen to Farnham. I have heard of this place, and I know a few sorcerers who have tried to create a portal to get there. I don't know who this Fleshdoom is, but I have heard rumors of an ebon blade that cleaves a soul from the body. Even I would not try to sell that thing, no matter what the profit. If you find it, you should do as Tremaine says and destroy it as quickly as possible.
Good day. How may I serve you? Those are the words of a I heard that the priest Tremaine was going to perform an exorcism, but I didn't go.
I sense a soul in search of an. You must be ever watchful, for Fleshdoom is an enemy who is both cruel and quick. His ebon blade is composed of the essence of evil. If you can destroy both of them, it would do much to weaken.
All I can do now is pray for us. I have had a most disturbing experience that I must share with you, my friend. All I can do now is pray for us.
Alright, so we didn't really end up getting any clues there. And that's kind of a little disappointing that I can't really find any clues as to what happened. Or I guess not finding any clues as to what the significance of these buttons are in this room.
Greetings, good master. Welcome to the Tavern of... You know, sometimes I wonder how... I saw the exorcism. It was incredible how Tremaine drove the evil spirit from that man's racked and tortured body. I pray that something that horrific...
Like, because I don't know if there's any way to have all four of these pressed at the same time, is there? Don't think there's any spells that are going to be able to help me figure this out. I mean, I know that has to be related to some kind of quest. I just don't know exactly how to go ahead and activate what it's supposed to activate there. I'm assuming that, like, I don't know if that's in relation to the island of the Sunless Sea or to Fleshdoom. The island of the Sunless Sea would maybe make sense here if it like opened up some kind of portal. And it looks like all of my potions in my inventory turned to full rejuvenation potions, which is pretty great, I guess. Well, I guess we can just go down to level 13 here and explore maybe a little bit more and then maybe ponder what that area was with the plates that you need to depress into the ground, and then see what that's supposed to unlock for us, I guess.
I must be getting close.
And then we are into a new theme area here, and it looks like we're getting deep right into the pits of hell, it seems like. So yeah, you can kind of see how the hell theme is really starting to look over this area a little bit here. You know, like lots of bone, necromancy, undead types stuff going on the walls here. We have big old blood-looking pool right here inside the walls. Lots of nasty, kind of looking hellish type stuff. Haven't encountered any enemies just yet. Alright, here we go. Uh-oh. No, we don't want to encounter any creatures straight away. Oh, this is not very encouraging.
I cannot cast that yet.
Let's go up to level 12 and get out of here, because our golem wasn't doing so hot against these guys. So yeah, lightning and fire don't really seem to work on them, so what other spells do I have? I guess Stone Curse, maybe that might work on them, and my golem can pound them into dust. Oh no, what's Wort saying here?
Where is that stupid map? It was supposed to be between the rock and the tree before the bridge. Should be right here. Oh, hello there. Didn't see you standing there. Rock, tree, bridge. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, it's interesting.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen. There was a time when this town was a frequent stop for travelers from far and wide. Much has changed since then, but hidden caves and buried treasure are common fantasies of any child. Wort seldom indulges in youthful games, so it may just be his imagination.
Well, I doubt it's just his imagination, honestly. He seems like he is looking for something valuable, and he's trying to remember where it is on the little map thing. So let's go ahead and put all these full rejuvenation potions away, since I don't need them for now. I can save them for a tough late game fight, I imagine. Then I can buy a bunch of full mana potions instead and use those. Alright, and we have to do it one at a time, unfortunately. I don't think that there's any faster way to do this. like a bunch of sound effects in succession there. Alrighty then, all the bubbly potion noises aside. Let's go over to Adria and replenish our mana potions here. Maybe Stone Curse with a little bit of Heal Other on our golem might be a way to deal with these unique creatures.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
Oh, wrong way. Wrong way.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
Didn't mean to click over in that direction, so... I guess Frost Shard healing might as well. Might as well get a Book of Guardian. I can learn that at my next level up, maybe. And I guess I don't need a Book of Firebolt because I already have one stashed away for later. Yep, I might as well ask Adria about hidden treasure.
I sense a soul in search of... Maintain your quest. Finding a treasure that is lost is not easy. Finding a treasure that is hidden, less so. I will leave you with this. Do not let the sands of time confuse your search.
Do not let the sands of time confuse your search. Well, he says something about a bridge and a tree. Just before the bridge, something or other. I guess there's the path down to hell, and oh, treasure map, what's this? Okay, let's see what's going on here. Guess there's a hidden location over there, it looks like. X marks the spot. There we go. Might as well talk to other people about it before continuing on here, just to see what they say about it.
Well, what can I do for you? A what? This is foolishness! There's no treasure buried here in Tristram. Let me see that. Look, these drawings are inaccurate. They don't match our town at all. I'd keep my mind on what lies below the cathedral, and not what lies below our topsoil.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while, and there was a time when this town was a frequent stop for travelers.
Seems Griswold's like, oh, this is rubbish. Stick to the cathedral and deal with those demons.
What ails you, my friend? I really don't have time to discuss some map you are looking for. I have many sick people that require my help, and yours as well.
I guess you're right, you don't really have time for hidden treasure, but yeah.
Greetings, good master. Welcome to the tavern. I'll bet that Wirt saw you coming and put on an act just so he could laugh at you later when you're running around the town with your nose in the dirt. I'd ignore it.
Well, I guess many other people in the town aren't really keen on finding buried treasure.
Good day. How may I serve you? A treasure map? Do you have it with you? Let me see. It looks like this is pretty old, and some of the buildings in the town are not on this map. Oh, I wish I could go and look for the treasure with you, but I have to start work soon.
Okay, finally someone that doesn't dismiss the treasure entirely, at least. Let's see what Farnham has to say about this development.
Can't a fellow drink in peace? Hey, let me see that. Thanks.
Farnham just used it to go ahead and empty his nose out onto. These pagers are only good as Kleenex. That's it. That's the ticket. Yeah. And I am not very good at emulating Farnham, but I did my best.
Psst, over here. Rock, tree, bridge.
Alright, well, he doesn't say anything different even after I get the map here, but let's see what's over in this hidden location over here. And the path to hell has been opened up, so that's nice. I don't have to go back down there and find where it is.
I cannot get there from here.
I mean, is this the X that marks the spot right here? It is. But it also looks like another dungeon, so we'll see what's going on down here. So is there hidden treasure here, or are we just going to die horribly? Well, it's a good thing that Wirt didn't come down here, otherwise he would have been killed pretty quick. Another book. It doesn't hurt to restore my mana at least. Probably a spell that I won't ever use, but just free mana is free mana.
Get there from here.
Come on, Golem. I don't want you to trap me in here with these bad guys. I want you to get in front of me, please.
I cannot get there from here.
Wrong way, Golem. Yeah, definitely. Oh, what? There we go. We had just enough mana to take it out. I would like to run. There we go. Yeah, I was trying to walk on over there and it was not letting me for some reason. I don't know if maybe I was stun locked from the acid or something like that. See, I'm wondering where this lost or hidden treasure is at, but I guess it's going to be maybe deeper in the dungeon here. Yeah, definitely one of the downsides of this game, at least in particular, is because the summoning doesn't work quite as well. Your summoned golem here isn't going to be as good with pathfinding or finding enemies that go ahead and start fighting into the group. And it's easier to trap you in since you can't really travel through its space, so... Looks like my golem went off to fight by itself over here instead. At least it didn't die on me. Enemies lying in wait. Waiting to die. There we go. I'm opening these things up because I don't know if the hidden treasure is like somewhere here in a chest of some kind. So I might as well just keep looking. Oh, that is a lot. The golem seems to be doing okay for himself for now. Looks like we have a big area over here that probably houses a pretty strong creature of some kind. A unique item over here, or a rare item, something. It looks like we can't go any further with hidden walls over there, so naturally we have one place left to go, which is over here. And there's a lot of enemies over there. Oop. I do not want to get hit by him. Yep, he is definitely hasted, but we can make quick work of him as long as we can just get in our attacks. Looks like there's another one over here firing pretty fast. Walls keep on blocking my shots. Oh. Yeah, the golem just ran all the way over that way. Not good for me. not good for me at all. Need him more close by. Well, at least we got a, looks like a pretty good looking staff waiting for us there. Just an endless amount of enemies over here. Alright, well, we can make a little bit of room here. And then let's go and make our way back to town and sell some of this stuff and come right on back.
What ails you, my friend?
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
There we go, and then let's see what we got. I also want to check out the anvil here and see what the warrior's weapon does. So it looks like it could make a pretty solid, solid armor for a warrior. So, interesting to know.
Well, what can I do for you?
That's not bad. -2 damage from enemies certainly isn't too bad. Obviously, bonus to magic and resistance is better for us at this stage, but if you found this earlier in the game, it could certainly be a pretty good suit of armor with a low strength requirement. Nothing too much there, and nothing too much there. Oh. And then we have the amulet here. And we can sell that too. Not something I'm going to wear. My amulet is pretty good, so it would take another really good amulet to unseat it from my gear loadout. Then I'll go up to Adria here, restore my mana, and see if she has any other spell tomes to give to me.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
Warp, sacrifice, elemental. Not really things that I'm interested in, so I'm not going to buy any of those. Alright, back in we go. I'm not going to bother with the club or the cap there. They're probably just not worth much, if anything, so... Redo mana shield just to make sure that the duration doesn't run out anytime soon.
I cannot get there from here.
Okay, so there don't seem to be any hidden walls around here that'll open up when I go close to them. But there's one, so wasn't too far away. If I can get them into a choke point like that, lightning makes pretty quick work of them. You know, it looked like the cave walls were kind of getting in the way of my lightning there. Well, at least the barrels have some kind of side quest reason to exist in this game with this area. Opening up walls and blowing them up. Alright, another hidden wall being opened up. And more of these viper-looking things to kill. Excuse me.
Just what I was looking for.
Okay, so it seems that we must have found the lost treasure, but that probably means that there's a strong creature waiting to kill us, so here we go.
I could blow up the whole village.
Well, it's an interesting observation. I could blow up the whole thing. No, I don't want to blow everything up. At least it seems like there's, a set item. That's interesting. So there's quite a bit of good gear down here at the very least. Lots of very good gear down here. Get the unique item, and then let's toss that down there. Let's go check out what some of these items are, and then we'll go down into the unknown and see what's down there. Yeah, the quest hasn't resolved yet, so definitely more to explore down there.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
Alright, let's see what stuff we found down here. Boarding chainmail. A really nice looking staff. Lots of magic, vitality. Okay, well, I guess it's like a semi 20% damage absorbed by mana, so I guess I don't know if that's like I don't know if it's like a mana shield type effect. Plus 4% spell power. I don't know how that works, but maybe it's like 4% more damage and 4% more healing and things like that. Well, it definitely looks like a pretty good staff. Flash, not a good spell to be able to cast from it, but I guess it has like a semi-mana shield effect, so if you got it before you had access to the mana shield skill, then it would absorb some of the damage into your mana instead of your health. That's not bad, but not as good as that. And then we have a set item, which regenerates life and mana. However, we just got this amulet, which regenerates mana, so it kind of makes this redundant. And some extra mana. Okay.
Well, what can I do for you?
So we'll sell that. We'll sell that. Interesting that this staff doesn't sell for very much, despite it being a unique item, but, you know. I still don't know if it's good enough to put in over our axe here, but spells increasing by 1 level, I don't know if that would increase their potency more than the plus 4% spell power. I guess I can give it a good old test to see what happens to spells, the difference between the spells with that. Okay, so lightning 4 to 326. Four to 326 before, 4 to 305 now. So the increased potency or the increased spell power doesn't really seem to offset the lower spell level, so I don't think we really have a need for this staff. I mean, we already have Mana Shield. This increases spells by 1 level, which does, I guess, seemingly more than 4% spell power does. Gives us more magic, but that's only a minor benefit, considering we already have plenty of magic, so we'll go ahead and put the set item amulet down in here. And then we'll probably just sell that staff because I don't see us actually using it. Yep,
I sense a soul in search of answers.
The staff, I think, would have been something that would have been incredibly useful had we gotten it early on, but unfortunately, it's just at this point in the game not something that's really viable, considering that we just have something that's overall better. +1 spell level, I think, is just a pretty big increase when your spell levels are already pretty high, so it just makes it even higher and kind of scales maybe a bit better than 4% spell power does, so if we can get an item that gave us a bonus to lightning, then that would be pretty handy. Oh, we have another Book of Lightning, so don't mind if I do. Not very expensive either, so. And we already have another Book of Guardian waiting for us, so don't need another one just yet. $4 to $358. Yep, lightning is just getting stronger and stronger. Which, of course, is a good thing. You know, make sure that can be really helpful against the unique creatures to be able to take them out fast before they can really start getting attacks in on you and hitting you in the face. Skull cap and full mana potion. Alright, well, let's go in further and see what we find here. Very ominous looking path down here. Yep, that does not look dangerous and ominous at all. He does not look like... yeah, he does not look like a friend at all. Looks like they have some circular spells going on here. But he went down pretty easy to lightning, so maybe he's not that tough? I have no idea. Maybe they're more of a glass cannon type enemy, as some spellcasters might be. Well, at least his bookshelf wasn't trapped with some fireball to the face, as many of the chests seem to be in this game, or in this version of the game. And the bookshelf. Fireball, not too incredibly useful, but we'll take it. Now again, I guess I don't know if that's part of a puzzle somewhere or what. And we have another one. Oh, looks like this one summons undead. True necromancer. Thankfully, he doesn't seem to be very tough as far as hit points go, so either that or our lightning is just incredibly strong with how leveled up it is, so could be a little bit of column A and a bit of column B there. Well, Mind Mace disappointed me in the past, but maybe I'll give it another chance at some point. Identify scrolls, don't really care about those.
I have no room.
I guess this is a minor convenience, but don't really need to level it up that much. The spell point cost of Town Portal kind of irrelevant at this point. Unless there's some kind of side quest that needs you to level up Town Portal to a certain level, or I don't know, like... just not a high priority to level up, I guess, is all. Because the spell point cost is pretty relevant.
Where would I put this?
Just kill them fast and they go down eventually. Put the skull cap over there. And then, ooh. Scroll of Golem isn't bad, but since we already have the spell and are pretty comfortable just casting it, don't really need a scroll.
I cannot use this yet.
Okay, well. Looks like we have another spell tome going into the stash.
I have no room.
Yeah, I don't really plan on selling the spell tome like that, so I might as well just learn it. I'm going to try and complete the area before the end of the episode here. It'll probably be the last thing that I do before ending the episode, is completing
Hello,
that
my
area.
friend. Stay a while and listen.
And then I have Chain Lightning to put away in my stash for later. That's certainly not bad, but definitely not as good as our armor that we have on. That's also not bad, but more of an early game weapon if you can find it. Also not terrible, but at this point it's just kind of become outclassed by all the other items that we're finding. Yep, I guess I would call it obsolete. Some of these items that we get are just obsolete. This one, however, is definitely not obsolete, because that's pretty handy. 6 doll attributes is definitely hard to pass up, but less damage from enemies, an attacker taking damage, I mean, that can help keep you alive too, so I think we'll definitely put that in the stash in case we need it.
Well, what can I do for you?
Sell these things, get some good old money back from them. And we have plenty of money if we want to buy anything, but I don't think there's anything worth buying. This will give us a bit of a boost to magic, but this gives us better resistances. Yeah, so I don't know if pressing down on that button does anything, but hopefully it does. See, that one I believe has already been pressed. I guess maybe there's a bit of area over here that I haven't gone to yet. But I don't think that's accessible. There's a button I hadn't pressed yet. There we go. Alright, well, it looks like the, I guess the little bar is here. The bar wall is there where, well, looks like we have a boss to deal with. Hopefully he's not too annoying to hit.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Maybe Guardians will work better on this guy. Oh, Nelly. Let's get away from these. Go ahead and get a golem to try and get these guys off our back a little bit. Well, that was an interesting little encounter. I was trying to make sure I kept my mana up so I didn't get killed, and at the same time I had to switch up my spells a little bit. Ugh. Readjusting myself in my little couch chair here, but yeah, that was an interesting fight because I thought we had to deal with only one guy in the middle there, and then I think after we killed him, then other sorts of like sorcerer wizards came out and started trying to wreak havoc on us, and we had to kind of switch up our magic because I think that they're immune to different things, and so got a little bit low on mana there. And we don't want to run out of mana, so definitely very interesting fight. And lots of interesting loot as well, it seems. That's interesting. +3 to all base attributes for completion of this quest. That's pretty sweet. Very sweet indeed. Kind of sucks that it was a cut quest too, because that means that most people simply never had access to this quest line to increase their attributes. I don't know if we can make enough room over here. Let's just go ahead and drop a couple potions, I guess. And then put the axe in there, and we'll go ahead and town portal back, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at this stuff, and then we'll probably call it a session since we're at the very least able to complete that particular side quest. We didn't resolve some of the other ones yet, but we did take care of Andariel and made sure that no more men will fall prey to her seductive powers, and took care of another demon of the hellish underworld.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
And we got some pretty good looking loot, it seems like, after completing the lost treasure. Decent axe, but not for us. Interesting hunter's bow that deals some nice additional damage there, I guess. And comes with a couple of built-in resistances to help out a rogue. I guess this is good for critical hits. Maybe as part of a set, it'll increase damage and critical hit damage and critical hit chance and things like that. Additional strength, good armor, just not for us. Not bad, but it's obsolete. Not really worth it.
Whoa, what can I do for you?
Yeah, I can understand why it sells for a lot. It has good extra damage and resistances, but not something I would find myself using, so... And I don't think we're going to need a short bow at this point because we have a golem spell to help deal physical damage if we need it. Yep, I think we don't have anything else that we really want to buy, so... Yep, I think that'll do it. We'll just go ahead and put this
my friend?
set item in our stash. Now we have a couple of them, actually. I think what I might do is I might just go ahead and put set items in a different spot in our stash. It's too bad that Diablo 2 doesn't have a stash that's anywhere near this big or expansive. The only thing I don't like about these green set items is that it doesn't tell you how many other items are in a set and the names of the other items that are in the set. So Diablo 2 does that if you have set items, but this game with the Belzebub mod does not. So definitely is a little bit of a inconvenience to not know that, but yep, nothing can be perfect, so I get it. You know, mods can't do it all, but anyway, I thank everyone for joining me, and it was another sort of more of a slow-going episode. I thought that would make more progress this time around, but you know what? It was still fine. We took care of 2 side quests. We ended up finding our way into the hell portion of the dungeon. So in the future, we'll be able to go ahead and deal with that. We do still have 2 side quests here that we weren't really able to find how we activate them or where we find them. We found one thing down in the caverns on level 12. Where we can press some buttons, but I guess maybe you have to press them in a certain order or something that I'm not familiar with. We'll have to figure that out. Maybe I can just figure it out between episodes here, so that way when I start the next episode, maybe I'll know what to do. Maybe there's a wiki for the mod that will let me know exactly how to activate those 4 buttons in that room in the caverns. Mainly just because I don't want to sit there not knowing what they do or how to activate them properly, or if I need like a certain item, or if I have to cast Town Portal while standing on one of the particular buttons to see if something works. I don't know. But yeah, hopefully we'll figure that out, and things will be hopefully very entertaining next time, and I hope that they were entertaining this episode. And a bit of a late night for me, so I'm going to be heading to bed here really quick. But I appreciate everyone joining me, and hope you all enjoyed your stay for this episode of my Diablo Let's Play with the Belzebub mod. I hope you all go ahead and take good care, and hope you all have a good day heading into the weekend. And as always, take care.